Alright guys, so the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, I've had it ever since launch day, probably 2 to 3 months so far, and I just really wanted to give you guys my experience of what I've been experiencing with the phone. I do have the 8 gigabytes of RAM model, 512 for storage. Now, I'm going to start off with storage. So storage wise, so the 512 gigabytes of storage model, you're probably not going to need all that memory, but that RAM makes a total difference. I've had comments inside my Note 9 videos where they talk about that the 128 was slow for them and they got the 512 and it made a total difference. So if I was you, I would try to get the 512, try to get a good deal on it. There's tons of deals out there, but if you only get the 128, and if you guys are happy with the 128, then keep the 128. But as far as my experience, the 512 8 gigabytes version, no lag. So my personal experience with the Samsung UI has been tremendous. Everything is flawless. Is no type of lag for me, no type of hiccups, no type of problems where I have to restart the phone. This is one of the best phones that I've ever had in 2018. Now, if you guys check my channel, I've had so many phones. I think the Mate 10 Pro was a very underrated phone. So if you guys want to check that phone out, you definitely can. But so many different things on this phone that I like. And the one thing that I like about this phone is the screen. The display is absolutely phenomenal. You get a little bit of more screen from the Samsung S9 Plus. Now if you guys want to talk about the S9 Plus, and if you want a Note 9, I mean, if you don't use the S Pen on the Note 9, then just get the S9 Plus. You're not getting on the S9 Plus 512 gigabytes of storage, 8 gigabytes of RAM. You're not getting in that. This you get. The S Pen is an additional feature that you can use, but at the same time, it's there when you need it, if you want to use it. And it does have a lot of gimmick features where you could take a picture or whatever, which I totally forget anyways. But as long as I had this phone, I used the S Pen in the first month, then I totally forgot about it. But the overall experience that you get with this phone is top notch. The video, front and back, you get 1440p recording with the front camera. It's just a very phenomenal phone. There's very few phones out there that can match what this phone could bring to the table, including the 8 gigabytes of RAM, 512 of storage. I know how the Mi Mix 3 had just dropped. Well, it was announced with 10 gigabytes of RAM, I think 256 of storage, but this one is 512, so that's night and day. Totally up to you, totally your preference. But as far as everything else, the one thing that I really love about this phone that a lot of my phones don't have is a headphone jack. Headphone jack, I don't care what anybody tells you about Bluetooth and having to get with the times. Headphone jack is still something that's around my life very much. Like, the headphone jack is big for wired headphones because I'm just tired of charging everything. I do have an Apple Watch I just bought. I charge it every day. Like, that's another thing. So it's almost like I have another phone in my pocket when I carry two around with me. So the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 got the headphone jack on deck. Bring back the IR Blaster. Hashtag bring back the IR Blaster. If you guys have features and if you can fit it on the phone, then just put it on the phone. Like, what's the big deal? Just make it a little bit thicker or whatever. But let's get into why the phone is what it is. The battery life. Battery life on this is what a Note should bring. I had a Galaxy Note 8. Battery was completely trash for me. I returned it the next week and I got an LG V30, which I have regrets about. But that phone, so I had the V30 at the same time I had my Pixel, but that's another story that I'll tell you guys later on. But the Galaxy Note 9, everything about this phone, it's a little bit slippery. It does need a case. So if you guys have one, please get a case. I refer to Spec, UAG, or OtterBox. So here's my preferred case from OtterBox. It's not thick. It does have grip on there, and the protection is insane. So big shout out to OtterBox and to Spec. Presidio grip is one of my favorite cases right now. So everything about this phone, except for one thing that I really think that Samsung should fix that no one's paying attention to. This S Pen. This S Pen is a POS. And if you guys don't know what that means, Google it. This top of this is very cheap. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's very cheap. If you guys haven't seen my video about my S Pen breaking, I think you guys should. Because if you go down to the comments, you could definitely see it happening to everybody. Now, I did watch a video of a bigger YouTuber what I'm saying, who actually got their Note 9 for free, I guess, and he bought an additional Note 9, whatever. None of my business. He broke his S Pen, same exact way. He was taken out of the case. You just got to be really careful if you do buy this phone with the S Pen, because the S Pen is not as premium as it used to be. I'm not sure if that has to do with the Bluetooth and what they added to the S Pen, but they need to fix that ASAP, especially if they want to keep on going with this Note line. So Samsung, if you guys are watching this, change the S Pen, add the IR blaster. Everything else about this phone is tremendous. Don't want to make this video super long. Looks like I'm past 7 minutes. So pretty much, if you guys want to buy the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, there's tons of deals out there. The price is going down. It's going to be a new year. There's going to be an S10. There's going to be a Galaxy S, XF, whatever it's going to be. So this is my phone of the year for right now. There's a Mate 20 Pro out. I still haven't tried the V40. The Nemo X3 seems great, but overall, the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, and trust me, I'm not biased at all. I have everything, as you guys can see on my channel. The Galaxy Note 9 is an incredible device, especially if you get the 512 model. Let's see if I missed anything. The colors, yeah, change the colors, man. We need some more brighter colors. This looks like a black and like a black and navy blue or whatever. The platinum one looks pretty cool, but we need to come out with a red Note. Bring out the red Note, Samsung. Stop hiding it for other countries and for later dates, man. Let's bring out this red Note. So if you guys want to buy this phone, the link will be down below. Peace and love. Subscribe to the channel if you want to. I'll see you guys in the next one.